What is a declaration? A declaration is the constitution of a planned community. It is an agreement among owners recorded in a land covenant that establishes how the community will be governed, how common facilities will be managed and paid for, and the permissible uses of individual properties. As the community's constitution, the declaration is the senior of the HOA's bylaws, rules, and regulations documents. It is the tool under Pennsylvania law that allows homeowners to establish long-term expectations for the community for decades ahead. A declaration is the most senior of all documents in the community, like Arrowhead. From it flows the power to govern our community. A declaration is essentially a contract among property owners. It represents the promises owners or members make to their neighbors. It becomes a part of every deed and remains in effect when ownership changes hands. A declaration sets forth the rights and responsibilities of community members, as well as the powers, duties, and relationships of the governing association to the members. Declarations provide for a form of governance, such as a board of directors, authorizing the board to administer and enforce community rules. Declarations are commonly drafted and enforced through members' homeowners association. However, in Arrowhead Lake, most of our current covenants were written by the real estate developer for the developer's benefit, rather than by community members for the benefit of the community.
What do we currently have in place at Arrowhead? Today, we have 5 versions in use, all of which are old and insufficient to meet today's challenges. The 5 existing covenants are not uniform and were drafted over a 20-year period from 1964 to 84. The first 4 of those varied declarations were drafted by the developer, All American Realty, AAR, for the developer's purposes and benefit, not by and for the members' benefit. Further complicating that, AAR also owned and controlled membership in the Arrowhead Lake Country Club. Individuals buying property in Arrowhead were required to join the country club, which resulted in financial benefit to AAR. The 5th declaration maintains some of the restrictions in the earlier documents, deletes any reference to AAR or the Arrowhead Lake Country Club, and recognizes that ALCA had taken over. However, it does not comprehensively set forth the rights and responsibilities of the members of the community, nor does it address the powers, duties, and relationship of the governing association to the members. So in sum, the current declarations and covenants were not written by the owners, members of Arrowhead, in an effort to define their community and establish their mutual rights and responsibilities. They were written by the developer and were imposed individually upon owners as they purchased lots. In addition, they were not uniform. So what's wrong with the covenants we already have in place? As we said before, they're antiquated and were written by the developer for their benefit, not for the benefit of our members. At a minimum, ALCA current covenants lack property owners' rights and what owners can expect from the association, membership categories and voting rights, allowable assessments and charges, updated permitted uses of lots, zoning, setbacks, etc., responsibilities of the association to its members to maintain the common facilities, streets and sewer, etc., definition of association's ownership of common facilities, definition of the laws which govern the association, existence and definition of the property owners association, the ALCA itself, existence of board of directors and corresponding authority, definition of an HOA governance structure that has been in place at Arrowhead since 1984, and process for dispute resolution. Most importantly, no version of our current covenants give owners any say in governance or fee setting, or establishes responsibility for amenity access, maintenance, etc. So how do we fix this? We are permitted to amend and restate our declarations into one uniform document, provided that 67% of the property owners in Arrowhead formally agree. Our restatement project is how we will accomplish this. Some community members have asked, can't the bylaws simply be amended instead of creating a new declaration? Well, in 1996, Pennsylvania adopted the Uniform Planned Community Act, or the UPCA. To be effective, a community's declaration, or the subprovisions or the amendments, require the approval of owners representing 67% of the properties. A great thing about a declaration is that it can provide for more stability by making it more difficult to change matters that a supermajority of the community believe are important.
So the mission statement of the Declaration Restatement Committee is to create and gain approval of a singular modern declaration of Arrowhead Lake that reflects a consensus of its property owners, provides a sensible foundation that supports current and future generations in sustaining the community's vision, and enhances the future of Arrowhead. So what are we doing as a committee? We're sharing every relevant thing we learn about restating declarations via our Declaration Restatement Committee meetings and town hall sessions. We're listening to your ideas for the future of our community. We're asking how you want Arrowhead to be in the next decades. What things do you want to protect or change? Are you concerned about where things are or may be going? Our top priority for Phase 1, initial owner engagement of the Restatement Project, is to solicit ideas for the future of Arrowhead from a broad and representative cross-section of Arrowhead owners. Dozens of community members have been actively and constructively engaged in the project so far, but we need to build on those numbers significantly to have enough confidence in our sense of the community to develop potential declaration language that can be tested through surveys in Phase 2. So why does this matter? We think you should be concerned and involved if you want to protect the Arrowhead lifestyle, you think Arrowhead is or may be going in the wrong direction, you're concerned about protecting property value, and that's important to you. You can ignore this project if you're interested in tempting fate. There's nothing in our covenants protecting expectations that you probably take for granted, such as a requirement that Arrowhead remain a gated community. And with this in mind, we hope to hear from all of you in the coming weeks.
The Declaration Restatement Committee is currently gathering information about the community from community members. If you would like to assist us by participating in one of our listening sessions, please open this QR code and complete the questionnaire. Thank you.